How's peoples? Welcome to mountain biking black country style. What I want to do a short vlog on Poweroak and an Ecoflow Delta. Pros and cons. Let's quell the bullshit that people have been putting on YouTube about certain products, how wonderful they are and life-saving they are, and all singing, all dancing. What a lot of shit. As I found out to my cost. Well, as you can see, I've actually got a Poweroak 300 and I bought Ecoflow Delta Mini, all singing, all dancing. That's supposed to be 1400 and wattage, and the Poweroak is 300. So trials and tribulations, power it on, it's 100% and nothing. Pros and cons with the Poweroak: heater at the back, too powerful for it, 800 watts obviously, because you can see the wattage there. Kettles, now I even bought a little socket kettle to plug in there. Waste of time, no good. But my battery for my e-bike, not a problem, works fine. Let's plug me. If I plug that in, my kettle, it just comes up error message. But if I plug my turn the, try that one, alternative power. As you can see, wattage, the battery's charged anyway, but it will charge it. Sorry about that. It's oh, it's doing 200. Yeah, there it goes. As you can see, charging my e-bike battery and the missus when I put her bike in there, battery in there, not a bike. Obviously, a bike wouldn't fit in there. So yeah, it charges it up. Phones, laptops, GoPros, put your phone on the top there, charge it up, no problem. And I will honestly say, I've got a compressor fridge that I'll put in the back of the van, runs that for a day and a half roughly. And also I had a small air conditioning unit in the back of the van when it was really hot. We went to Dub Festival last week at Harewood House up in Yorkshire, and that's another story I'll tell you in a minute about that. But it will run that. It runs small airflow air conditioning, it runs my compressor fridge, and I paid, this is 300 watts, I paid £300 for it, and I bought a solar panel which was £100, which is £400 if it runs out of power. It ain't too bad, not at all. I'm well pleased with it anyway. It does the job, it does what it has to do, runs the lights in the van, runs, like I say, everything I need to. And then I watched a programme on YouTube about this Ecoflow Mini, all singing, all dancing. Yeah, you can run your house off it, you can run this, that and the other off it. No, you can't, because the simple fact is, it's a 1400 watts. I paid £1,000 for that, £1,000 off Ecoflow. The after service at Ecoflow is abysmal, I must say. I've spoke to them, and you have to go through somebody on the continent, Hands or something like that. And what it was, it does, I mean, sorry for the bodging about. I mean, they say you can plug this in and you can have it on fast charge if you're a bit more organised, like I do with the Poweroak. I plug it in the day before I go, and I run it for 8 hours. It charges up. I charge it up in the van. So as far as going saying it charges up in 3 hours, why do you want it charged up in 3 hours? If you're out on site, excuse the noise, I'm on a main road. If you're out on site, if you're using this, you've got no electricity anyway. and if you go in the next day, then obviously you charge it up, put it on charge overnight. So I can't understand why the fast charge. It also says it boosts up to 1800, sorry, from 1400. Yeah, okay, but I'll just show you a few little things that didn't really help. I'll put the kettle, this is just for 2 cups of tea. If it's that up now. 2 cups of tea. Plug it in there, you have to switch that on at the back. Switch that on, that's switched on. Get a bit more organised. This is a small 800 watt kettle, something like that. Plug the kettle on. Yes, it does work. Yes, it does work. But if you notice, I'm going to leave it on a bit. I'll plug the kettle in, just the kettle alone, nothing else, and we've got 59 minutes remaining. That means I can boil the kettle for 59 minutes, which I'm not going to do. But say that kettle is 5 minutes to boil for that, for 2 cups of tea. 5 minutes, that's 10 times you can boil a kettle. That's just the kettle. I've got the heater over there, which obviously I bought this for in the winter. You want to be, it's only a little 800 watt heater, as you can see, nothing special, nothing drastic, nothing too clever. So I'll plug that in. Oh, let's put it on the lowest setting we can, and this has got a special adapter on it, so if it falls over it does switch off. Right, as you can see by the red light, that has actually come on. We're down 47 minutes, 46 minutes, and it's going down and down and down. So obviously, if you've got a heater on, you've got a kettle on, and you want to plug your phones in and things like that, you're limited. So when you go out wild camping and you take this with you for £1,000, and then you have to buy the solar panels if you want to charge it up out on site, which is another, what, £350? So that's £1,350 for a cup of coffee and a heater, which personally, no, not for me. So I've spoke to Ecoflow and I've said it doesn't do the job that I want it to do, and I'm going to send it back. And but my missus says, oh, what about a cup of coffee? And I'll show you what the idea I came up with. £20 kettle gas heater. Also got a gas cooker in there for £20. That's saving me what, £1,380, would you say? Because you got the heater on, you got the kettle on. The kettle still hasn't boiled yet. It's going down to 33 minutes. This is the most simplest idea I've ever had. So simple, it's unbelievable. Like I say, you can spend thousands of pounds on this unit, Delta Mini, which these YouTubers who haven't given to them sponsored and given to get all the bullshit saying, yeah, wonderful, you can do a lawnmower off them. Buy an extension lead for 20 quid. Plug your lawnmower into the extension lead. Why spend £1,000? We went to the show last week. That's the story I was going to tell you. Harewood House. Went to that show. Had the compressor fridge on it. Had the small air conditioning unit off on it, which I'm not going to name because I'm not sponsored. And we plugged it in. Being told my first time I tried this Ecoflow Delta, all singing, all dancing. It will do the job, it will do whatever it wants to. We didn't even boil a kettle on it, we just put that on it. Obviously I haven't got a solar panel, so I just took it down, fully charged up the night before that it's supposed to be. Took it down, 18 hours. Bear in mind we was there 36 hours. 18 hours it lasted, just with the compressor and just the air conditioning. So it's a good job I took the Poweroak with me, because I plugged that in and it carried me through. But as far as I'm concerned, are these worth the money? Then what we are, 31 minutes. Bear in mind, you use that and you come to use something else, you've got no power. you've literally got no power. At least with the Poweroak, it plugs into the vehicle pretty steady. So if I'm running, moving, charges up. So, me personally, I'm going to stick with the Poweroak. The Ecoflow ain't worth the money. Too expensive for what it is. Like I say, if you want a cup of tea, say £1,300 with a solar panel, it's a lot of money for a cup of coffee. And it's a lot of money to do your hot noodle with. Buy a gas camping stove, just as long as you've got an alarm and all that, in carbon monoxide alarm in your van. As long as you've got all that in your van, use it, put a little table in there, use that, make sure it's safe, built a table at the back. It's cost me to buy a full cooker, gas stove, gas cooker, table at the back, extension. It's cost me £50. Leaves me spending what? Well, like I said, I didn't buy the solar panel, I only bought the Delta. It cost me £1,000. Is it worth it? No. I ain't gonna get no bullshit. I've had to pay for these out of my own pocket, which I'm still trying to get my money back off, to be honest. And would I advise anybody to buy it? What for? What good is it? If you go wild camping, unless you buy everything, you need the sun out to charge it up. It won't, like I say, it won't last. The kettle still hasn't boiled. I don't know how long that's been on. See what the power is. See what we've gone down to. 29 minutes. Down to 76%. Bear in mind that's from 100%. So about 5 minutes. So all I needed for was to charge me e-bike batteries up, charge my phones up, charge my iPad up. Oh, and my Poweroak, it actually runs my TV as well, so I can put my TV on that lasts as long as I want it. So I just can't understand the hype and people feeding people so much bullshit. Kettle's just boiled. Feeding so much bullshit, saying how wonderful it is. Oh, now it's gone down to 1 minute for some reason. Don't know what that is for. So I've got 1 minute left on it. And the kettle's just boiled. Yeah, kettle's boiled. Strange but true. So, would I buy a Delta Mini again? No. Might as well get two Poweroaks. Cost me £300. That's £600 for two Poweroaks. But why? Just get a decent solar panel, which I did do with that. No. Anyway, that's my rant and rave. Hopefully they sort me out at Ecoflow, because as yet they haven't. There's been emails going backwards and forwards to Never Land, because I'm abroad somewhere in Outer Mongolia, I think. So DPS are going to come pick it up and take it away, and hopefully reimburse me with my monies, my pennies and all that are my hard-earned gained. Or hard gained earned or whatever. So there you have it. So boom, Fuakajai.